Hey guys, today I thought I'd take the time to tell you all a story about how I got my nickname Johnny Pepper. I've gone by Johnny Pepper for years, and I thought I'd tell you all the origin story. Now, it all started way back in high school. And, well, before I go any further, I think I ought to spice this story up a little bit with a habanero pepper. So, allow me. So, I was in high school, right? And I was dating this girl at the time. Actually, I just was getting to know her and her family. And her dad was going to be competing in a dragon boat race competition down in Laughlin, which is this town, 2.5 hours south of Las Vegas. And I wanted to go hang out over the weekend with them. They invited me. Okay, great. So this this competition, imagine this really, really, really long, slender boat, and basically everyone's trying to row in unison, and there's a guy sitting on the end of the dragon boat, and he's just banging a drum, and as everyone's rowing, everyone's yelling and screaming so that they're all kind of rowing in unison. So it's like to the in sync with the drum beat. It was really really intense. So just imagine a ton of these things flying down this river. Um, you got Nevada on one side, Arizona on the other side. The Nevada side is Laughlin. Anyways, it's just massive competition. And her dad was on this team through his work, and their team, the kind of theme for their team was Braveheart. So they had all this Scottish war paint, from the film and all this stuff. You know what? Before I go any further, I'm gonna need to, just take a nice sip of this, wash that habanero down a little bit. You know what I'm saying? And so as they're going, he's screaming. He's screaming a lot, and and I'm. This is like literally the first time I'm meeting him. Okay, I didn't meet him before the competition started. I meet him right afterwards, and his voice is just completely gone. He cannot, you know, really talk very very well. And the thing is I went to a Christian high school, and he was going to be uh, preaching at my high school's chapel that Monday. And so this is Saturday, and his voice is completely gone. He's a little nervous, and I'm, meeting him for the first time. And he's like, "Oh no, what am I going to do? I'm not going to be able to, preach properly on Monday." And I was like, "Well, I, I'm thinking to myself, I'm in a metal band, and I do a lot of screaming actually, and in order to kind of help my throat, I make a mixture of lemon, honey, and cayenne pepper. Mix it together, drink it, and it's helpful preventatively, but also especially after a show. So I tell him, hey, why don't you mix together lemon, honey, and cayenne pepper? And he kind of brushes it off or whatever. And I'm like, okay, whatever. And you know, it's one of these things with like first impressions with like somebody that you hope to date's dad, all that stuff. So, anyways, Monday comes around and he's speaking in chapel, and he sounds totally, totally fine. And he's preaching, and I kind of forgot about the whole thing, to be honest. And he's preaching in chapel, and all of a sudden he just kind of stops and he's like, "Hey, where's John Dunn at?" And I'm, sitting somewhere in the back, and so I raise my hand, and he's like, "Hey, John, I want to let you know I tried your little concoction, and I'm constipated right now." And you know everyone starts laughing, but also everyone's confused, like, what is he talking about? Why did he share this information? And anyways, their whole family, as a result of this, started calling me Johnny Pepper, like, kind of jokingly, like, "Oh, Johnny Pepper, Johnny Pepper." And I was like, well, if there's a joke here, isn't the joke on you? I mean, I didn't, I don't exactly understand how this is a joke on me, but whatever. But that name Johnny Pepper, which was meant as a kind of jab, turned into a term of endearment, and they all started calling me Johnny Pepper as like a fun a fun nickname, and that just kind of evolved as other people started calling me Johnny Pepper. And I started writing goofy songs in high school, and I would record them and play them. And I used Johnny Pepper as like a musical alias because I thought it was kind of a funny sounding name, and it basically just stuck because I'd perform and all this. And when I went to Biola for college, this is when Facebook first came out, and so I at that time, when you put your name in on Facebook, the name that you entered was kind of static. You couldn't change it or adjust it. And so I actually put in Johnny Pepper when I first created my Facebook profile back in like 2006 or 2007, whenever. I guess it would have been 2006. And anyways, that was the name of my Facebook profile page all the way through 2011. And so for a long time, people didn't know that my name wasn't actually Johnny Pepper. And so when I started my PhD program, my nickname kind of evolved a little bit, as you can imagine. So that's the show. That's the show. That's it. That's it. You know what? Have a good day. Have a good April Fool's Day.